Hey, this is Naomi.
Ari.
Treasure.
And me.
We are Caribbean cousins.
Having open.
Candid conversations.
About our upbringing.
And much more.
Continue listening to
Spill
the Tea with Us.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. Good to see you.
Good to see everybody. Our normal people. That's crazy.
I'm back, people.
Yes, you were missed.
I know I missed y'all too.
That's crazy. Well, welcome to Tea Time with the Cousins. We have all four of our cousins here today, and I'm excited to have all of us back. This podcast is basically going to just be like a recap for the month, and that's just like catching up.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can't believe the month is almost over. Mike, dang, what a wild ass month. What a bunch of stuff happening in 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sheesh, emotionally.
Like,
Emma, did you start your first job this month too? Like this is the month? Or was it May?
Well, it was like near the end of May. Yeah.
So guys, welcome in. I love that y'all are here. I love that I can see your faces after all this time. And how was your week, or how do you feel like you can highlight the month? I don't know. There's a lot going on. I don't even know where to start.
I don't even know where to start either. Like, this week was a whirlwind, and I still feel like, like when you feel like shaken up.
Mm-hmm.
Last week I had COVID, so that was a thing in itself, and so did Emmy.
Bye.
So that was just a whole thing. I have avoided COVID for the past 2 years, and I got it, and I was drained. So drained. And I didn't realize like the quarantine period is so short now. Like it's only 5 days, and the other 5 days you could just go places but with a mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. But yeah, that's really how like my past weeks have been going. What about everyone?
I'll be honest, this whole month has been bad.
Oh no.
Low key, this whole summer has been bad because like Naomi mentioned, I had COVID, right? I think almost 2 weeks now. I still have the remnants of the COVID. I'm still like coughing and stuff. This is the second time I've been sick this summer. The first time I've been sick, I wasn't COVID. I think I had like the flu or something. And that was a good 2 weeks taken out of my summer. And so, excuse me. See, there you go. We still coughing. So I tried to go back to work after catching COVID. My menstrual cycle started. That was awful. I had to leave early because I thought I was about to drop.
Wow.
My body was about to give up on me. I was hot. I was sweaty. I couldn't breathe. The pain was unbearable. Came home. I felt nauseous, and so the food I ate for lunch came out my body. And so yeah, it's I've been sick this whole summer pretty much. Yeah, I've been working, but pretty much all I remember this summer is working and being sick.
Oh,
I mean, you had a good birthday.
Well, yes. So that was before summer started. So
yeah,
I'm glad I had that one. Well, I had some few happy moments. I had my birthday party and Malia's before I got sick. My sister, she had her birthday party. So at least that was some nice fun before everything went downhill. But yeah, this week has just started and already it has not been good. I just hope next time I go back to work, my body is up for it, because I work in retail, so I'm moving around a lot. So I think with me wearing a mask and barely breathing, my body's still weak. I think all that just piled up on me and I just crashed. So hopefully this week goes by a little smoother. I do get paid Friday, so that's great. But yeah, I just hoping everything goes more smoothly. My body is up for the task.
Well, I appreciate y'all honoring your bodies and telling us like, hey, we're not recording this week. I was like, yes, please be at your best when you show up. Like, don't overdo yourself. Obviously, we need to rebook, but I'm glad y'all were like, we need to take a week off. We have it, something pre-recorded. We'll make it work. We need to rest. I'm like, yes, please do.
When I tell you, I also had my period I had my period and COVID symptoms at the same time.
Oh no.
Second day of my COVID situation, and it was my first day of my period. Actually, no, I'm lying. The third or fourth day, I was supposed to have my period on the day that I got COVID, or I knew that I had COVID, and my period was delaying. I didn't know why. It turns out it was because of COVID. Thank God Almighty. But people they talk about how your period can be delayed and stuff because of COVID, but they don't tell you it will drag you through hell. I was on my bed laid out having all the symptoms in the world from COVID in my period. And I was like, hey, y'all, I'm not getting out this goddamn bed for shit to talk to y'all. I love y'all, but I cannot have a conscious conversation at all. I had to go sit out in the sun. Like, I need to be in the sun. I can't be doing anything else. But yeah. How about y'all's week, Treasury?
Well, just came back from the Europe. So jet lag, that was crazy. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of over it now. Like, I'm pretty much fine now. It's honestly kind of helped my sleep schedule because I've been going to bed a lot earlier. I'm like crashed by like 11 through 1. However, my job, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, for the month, I went to Europe. That was great. I got my period actually. But it thankfully, like, it wasn't that bad. I got it when I was in Portugal. Like, the first day I was in Portugal, my cramps, like, they weren't bearable, to be honest, but it wasn't the worst that I've ever had. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but I get really, really bad period cramps. I think Naomi knows this because one time I called her to take me home from school and somebody ended up swooping in and taking me because that person usually takes 29,000 years to drive anywhere. And for the first time in her life, she decided to show up on time. So Naomi was just kind of left hanging. I felt bad, but whatever.
I got it.
Yep. But yeah, like, so whenever, when you were talking about, oh, like, you were getting hot flashes, you thought you were about to pass out. Yep, that's me like every month. Like, I can relate. What I do in case that happens to you, what I do to help myself, lots and lots of Midol, a heating pad, raspberry tea, and a bath with Epsom salt menstrual relief. And to just lay down, just don't do anything. Don't have anybody tell you to do anything. That's the thing. Like, I can't do anything when I'm cramping. Like, I just gotta sit in my bed and cry.
And like, you should. It's actual, like, a thing where we shouldn't even be at work when we're going through that. Women like push through, work hard because we have to, but it's like,
yeah,
if you can get a couple of days off, like, listen, this is a medical emergency.
Yeah. The thing about me, like, it is never that serious. Like, if I'm in pain, like, I'm going home. Like, I will DoorDash or something. Like, I will find another way to make up that money. Like, I'm going home. I literally, like, cannot perform well. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's never that serious. Like, yeah, I understand that some women, like, their cramps are like bearable, like they actually can work through it. But as for me, I'm gonna turn up. Like, I'm going home. Like, I can't
turn up in your bed. Turn up in your bed.
It's to the point where I think I have endometriosis. Like, I really think I need to like get that checked out because like I am not comfortable with how many times in my life I've like left from school or had to leave home from work. Like just too many times. Many times every single
definitely
month.
Talk to your OBGYN, your primary doctor. Definitely like make it, because they don't know and they're not bothered. So you got to advocate for yourself and be like, I'm not comfortable with this. I need, what are my resources? What we got? What can we do?
As a Black woman, you got to advocate, like,
make it like highly important.
Yeah, like do it as early as possible. Be like, hey, something is not right. This is my history. These are all my symptoms. I need to figure this out. I just need to know if it's normal or not.
And maybe somebody listening to the podcast could share, possibly they'll share anything they know. But I like that you said that. And all the things you listed, I've done that too. And I'm glad you're at least you're doing that. You're not just laying in bed. Like you have a routine that you try to get done.
Yeah. And like attempt to like put on something on Netflix. Cause that's the thing, like that fatigue is no other, you know, like, wow. Like whenever I'm done cramping, like I just feel like a brand new person.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. After like your period, like, okay, wow, I'm great now. Like you just feel like on top of the world. But not as all being synced up. not as having your period around the same time.
I remember when I got mine. When it's gone, I forget that I even had it. It's almost like, oh, it's coming back again. Dang, I thought like it just when it's gone, I don't care. It's gone, it's gone. Like goodness. Any favorites this week? I know we sometimes do that.
Yes, I do have a favorite. So I've been using really good body oil this whole month by Ancient Cosmetics. It is so good. Oh my goodness. I have their Watch Me Blossom and their brown sugar body oil as well. And I've layered this brown sugar oil with Sol de Janeiro perfume with Commodities Milk perfume as well. I am a fragrance head. I love perfume and layering scents. I've just been smelling good this whole month and I really appreciate it. Like top tier. And they're Black owned. Ancient Cosmetics is Black owned. And they usually have like sales like every day or something, especially like on TikTok. They have lives of them like packaging the product and everything. And it's been pretty good. Does anybody else have any favorites?
Oh yeah. I just lost my train of thought. So I've been loving online shopping. I cannot tell you, just yesterday I ordered something. So in all, within the last 3 weeks, I think I ordered about 7 to 10 things. Currently I do have 4 more things coming. I got 3 of the things I ordered 3 days ago. So it's bad. I never ordered this much stuff. I blame quarantine and having COVID and being hormonal on my period. I blame those things because I just been buying and buying. But luckily, the things I'm buying, they have purpose. You know, their clothes, their makeup, there's purpose stuff. But I do want to say that one of the things I ordered that has been pretty important to me has been makeup. So about 2 years ago, I started to create like my Black owned makeup collection. And I'm so happy that I am almost complete. I literally only need one more thing. And then I just need like maybe makeup brushes. But then I'm done. Like all my makeup is now from Black owned businesses. I'm so happy because that's been a really important goal for me. And even right now, I have a lip liner by Black Opal, lip gloss by my auntie Holy Girl Cosmetic line. And the stuff that I'm buying is affordable because I cannot afford these high and expensive brands. So I've been researching like affordable makeup brands.
And this lip liner collection, make a YouTube video about it if possible.
Oh, I am.
TikTok, whatever.
I am. Once my package from Minted Cosmetic comes in, because I pre-ordered their primer because I don't have a primer or a setting spray by a Black owned brand. So that's supposed to be shipping out the 30th. But that's, I don't know what day that is. But once that package comes, then all I need is to buy contour, which I know where to buy it from. It's only $19, I think. And then just get like my makeup brushes, which I have some. I have like half a half. I have some that are from Black owned brands. Excuse me. I have some that is from Eco Tools, which is a sustainable brand that's have like bamboo makeup brushes sticks. So I have like a mixture. But once I like get those stuff, I'll be complete. Literally, I'm just so happy. So, yeah. I've been loving.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
I feel like that's a great goal to have, like have one area of your life where everything is Black owned. I kind of start on that journey too, but I want to start with laundry stuff, which sounds weird, but that's like the hardest thing to find, like good laundry detergent. So I want to find like really good laundry detergent that's like Black owned.
Thought I saw a natural cleaning and laundry. I saw it. I want to find it, but I remember seeing it. I thought you're the one that told me. Maybe you weren't.
Maybe
I'll
I
share that once I find it. I'll find it.
I do know this Instagram account. I think it's called We Buy Black. I don't know if you heard of it, Naomi, but they have like stuff like that, like detergent, soaps from different brands. It's like a big, like, I don't know what you call it, but like they have like brands under them that are all Black owned. So some of them might sell detergent, some of them might sell like canned goods, or some of them might sell like hand soaps and stuff.
Yes.
So it's almost kind of like a Amazon low-key.
We should link that in the bio. I'll remember to try and link that in the bio. That's a good resource to support Black-owned businesses.
So my favorites have been taking time to spend the money and energy on spiritual classes, like classes that have sound therapy and healing. I'm looking into Reiki, meditation classes, just classes where I'm able to spend time with people, connect with them, and sort of help me sort of refresh. Because now that I don't go to church, I still want to have that community. I still want to have people that really truly care about me, and I could feel when people care about me. And so I'm like, okay, it's kind of like giving tithe. Like the money I would have like put to tithe is going to that. And so they call it an energy exchange whenever you spend money on those kind of classes. But I have a super moon class coming up that I'm going to, and it's going to be hiking and meditation and all those things. And yeah, that's kind of been like my priority. And then I have like my thrifting business. I've had to sort of kind of pull back because there's a lot of work, but prioritizing the spirituality is like top priority, at least like 2-3 times a month max.
That's wonderful. I can't wait to hear more about that. And you talk about them more in the podcast. That'll be great. Is I don't know much about that. I've had people talk about it in passing, but I haven't had an actual conversation with somebody.
I feel like a brand new person. Like
really
not that, and also like brand new. Like I knew nothing. I'm walking in there like I know people have been doing this for years. They've been to Bali, they've been to Thailand. They talk about their experiences, and I'm like, this is new. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just listening. I'm just here to observe and listen. So
I can't wait to hear about that. That's so interesting. What about you, Ariel? What's been your favorite?
Girl, this same lip gloss I was telling y'all about earlier. It's the RK by Kiss Hydrating Lip Oil. Listen to me. You see this? I put this on like 2 hours ago. Okay, lips feel shiny. It lasts for hours. Okay, and listen to me. Like this isn't like the other lip gloss at the beauty supply store. Like while those are very hydrating and those are very good, this is the president of hydration. And not only did this like hydrate my lips, keep them good, it changed the texture of my lips. Like they look phenomenal without gloss. Like this is the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, I should have bought like 7 more tubes. Like this is so good.
They should hire you because you selling that, baby.
Where's my sponsorship? Where's the AdSense? No, honestly, bro, Kiss is, listen to me. The beauty supply store, they made a move whenever they brought Kiss into their stores because Kiss is a great brand. Emerald put me onto this one eyebrow pencil by them. Phenomenal. just like Anastasia. Phenomenal.
Ooh,
okay.
Yes.
And then I keep hearing that the Kiss like wig glue and wig spray, like that set combo is amazing. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that the Kiss glue, I'm about to buy some later today, that the Kiss glue for press on nails is phenomenal.
Oh,
It
yes.
is.
Like,
oh yes, I am the queen of press on nails. I love the Kiss press on nails. They have an amazing variety of press on nails and a nail glue. I have like 3 of their nail glue. I have 2 of their press on sets right now in my bathroom. So yes, they're amazing.
Like Kiss. Yes. And then they have so many products. Like this one, like what's it called? It's like I use it to like cut the edges of like wigs. It's like, it's not scissors, it's like a razor type thing.
Oh, I've seen it.
It's by Kiss. It's great. Like,
I love that. I need to get another one. I had one, I lost it. It's just so much fun to use. Like,
I want to get another wig. You guys made me want to.
I feel like wigs is a whole workshop. When did wigs become a whole skill? Like, there's one that you just put on. I seen one in the commercial. You seen the black girl on these like IG ads? You just put it on your head. It's already pre-plugged. No glue required. I need one of those because I'm not taking the course on wig installs. I know my sister, I love her. She's both of them. They're so good at that, but I'm not taking that class. I'm not doing it. So I need a fast put on, put off.
My thing is, I could watch a YouTube video, but I still don't understand what y'all are doing. I need somebody to sit right beside me and walk me through this process and just guide me through it. You got me?
I can do it. I just found out like the perfect way to do it like 3 days ago. I showed on in my Instagram story. I was so happy because like it looked amazing. So yes, I can. I volunteer as tribute.
I don't know. I have a, what do you call it? A cognitive dissonance with all of this stuff. I love products, but it's always like my bathroom looks ridiculous. It's like, that's the issue I have. Like I love products, but it's like, it's overflowing. And I'm not even at the max. Like it's just, I get easily overwhelmed with too much stuff in my bathroom. I'm trying to get rid of stuff in my bathroom.
I promise you, I got you. So I'm the same way. I forget that products exist if they're not in front of my face. And I don't like feeling overwhelmed. And I don't like it when it's in my cabinet under my sink, because when I forget about them too, it's so messy that I feel like I'm digging through everything. And I feel like I have things I have to get rid of. And I just feel overwhelmed by it, and then I just won't do my hair. I'll just shampoo, conditioner, and just twist it. And that's
or I find 3 of the same things, and I'm like, see, I didn't even know I had this. I don't need this. I need to be. It's like I want to be minimal, but I don't want to have like nothing. Find that balance between like being minimal, but not. You don't want to have like nothing. I've done the whole like have nothing in your thing. You're like, okay, where's my boom, 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 boom. So it's like trying to find that balance of like I have the products I need. They're all quality. I'm good. I know where things are.
Yes, go ahead, Emmy.
I was gonna say I can totally help you organize your cabinet because I'm the same way, but everything is in like a different like basket. So everything is organized between like my body care, like all my body care stuff is in one basket, all my hair stuff is in one basket. And I have a lot of hair products. I actually have a whole duffel bag here somewhere with my hair products, but those are like my, I guess kind of like my surplus, like the leftovers of stuff I don't really use or that I take to college with me when I go back to school. And so, yeah, I can totally help you organize because like I love organization. I love this stuff. I can definitely help you.
That's what I was gonna go off of.
No, it's not that I don't need help with the organization. I just need less stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like there is a spot for everything. I just don't want the spots to be overflowed. But I hear what you're saying. Just for me, I'm not like knocking anyone.
For you.
I just get easily overwhelmed. I personally get easily overwhelmed. And that's my own like inner issue, like finding that balance.
Yeah. And what could actually be used in exchange of things, kind of like what has multi-use purposes. There's also
we go.
But what I was gonna say is, so I reorganized I don't have a lot of things underneath my sink anymore, unless they're cleaning supplies or again, like a surplus. Like I have my backup items underneath my sink so I can forget about them. But I also I'm a type A personality, so I have a log on my phone about all my surplus items. But that's a different topic. But I reorganized it to where I went on Amazon and I got a over the toilet storage unit. And I made sure to have it to where it's open. It's not like a closed one. And I went to Target for $6. They had like those plastic containers.
I like those, the clear ones. They have the clear ones.
Yes, that's the ones that they're the clear acrylic ones. So now all the stuff over my sink, not over my sink, over my toilet, the storage, I have one or two of the items that I could actually use. So I have my hair oil that I'm using for the month or until it's used up. I have my shampoo, conditioners that I want to have in there. If I have a wig at the time, I could put that stuff in there and I can actively see it and I'm not overwhelmed by it. And I know what to use. So my hair is in these locks for right now. I only have my shampoo, conditioner, a hair oil and a hair balm there. Next month, I could like put this other stuff that I need up there. So again, I'm not overwhelmed. And if it's a multi-use product, I usually put it there too, like mousse. I didn't understand how good mousse is for all like all your hair needs. Like whenever you have your braids or locks in, whenever you're just doing a simple twist out, braiding it down, getting your edges right. I didn't know how good mousse was. So I have that there too. So that's definitely helped me. I even have like my hair tools there. So I don't have to look and search for things. And then I have it separated by bath things as well. So now I can actually use my bath things because it's visible. And then I have my excess stuff either underneath the sink or have it in my like my makeup closet. That's like the overflow of everything. So I don't feel overwhelmed. And also having an overflow closet or like a little section is so important so you don't get overwhelmed and you know what you have to use up next. It's completely separate. So what I do is once a month, I'll go shopping in my overflow closet if I actually need anything before I go outside and decide to shop or go on my phone and decide to shop. Does it always work? No, because I like to shop as well. So, but it helps a lot. And I think it's saved me a lot of money because what I've done is like when there's a sale on stuff, especially like Ulta has like those hair care sales. They actually have, Sephora has like a 30% off like all hair products or 5 times the points, something like that. I think Ulta and Sephora do right now. I'll buy the stuff that I actually need and actually use and keep them for when I actually need them. So I don't like buy them when they're not on sale. Anyway,
I feel like that's a whole episode, natural hair care stuff and like what you use and because growing up, you know how our parents did our hair and how we do our hair now is totally different. So like that's the episode. That's the episode that we can do. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, let me write that down in the topics because that needs to definitely be an episode. Because I don't understand how they got away with just not even water, just grease and a comb.
And no like no spritzing. Now I could never dry comb my hair ever.
I know.
No one I was crying. Like
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because I remember all the time, like just my hair would just be dry. And you know me, I'm tender-headed like a muck. So I would just be sitting there crying. And then, you know, whenever I big shot my hair and started doing my own hair and like went natural and all that stuff, you know, I learned that you're literally not supposed to do that.
It needs to be like damp, not dripping. It's supposed to be like steamed or slightly damp.
Yes.
And they're like, oh no, the Pantene. It was always that brown Pantene. Y'all remember that brown Pantene? It was always that. You know, they would, you know, go like this and comb. Like, what is that doing if it's not wet?
Pink lotion, grease. See, I'm not knocking my mom. My hair was long. I guess hereditary. My hair wasn't long. She did the best she could, but it hurt like heck. I remember that. It didn't need to. It don't need to.
And that's why I ran so fast to get a perm. This is a
Likewise.
This is a whole freaking episode. But yeah, because I didn't want the trauma of my hair being dry combed. I feel like there should be a candle that is pink lotion scented, because I actually like
do we need that trauma? Do we need
I don't need that reminder.
I don't want it. I don't like it.
See, I never had the pink lotion. It was always the brown Pantene. Always.
It's the age difference. That's really what it has to be, because we had the Blue Magic,
the
Indian hemp.
Oh, I love that smell.
Yes. I do like the Indian hemp though. I do like it.
And I had a really sensitive scalp as a kid, so I couldn't have Pantene soap, like shampoo. I had this one called Pansy. It was a Pansy shampoo, and I can't find it anywhere. It was discontinued.
My mom used some kind of like Black owned. What is that brand called? Actually, I got my hair done. I think it was for free in this magazine thing. I don't even know what this magazine went to, but my perm was done by these people, this Black owned business. And my mom used the products, whatever, and then she got them to perm my hair. And I heard they used like 3 bottles of the relaxer thing. Like they had to use several bottles to cover my whole hair. Yeah, that was like I was 13. Anyway, another episode. I'm gonna stop talking.
We'll definitely have like a whole episode about that. Oh my god, because hair trauma is real. Like, dang. But today's episode is just basically like a topic dump. We're just gonna review the whole month. Any topics that we want to bring up, we could bring up. And just have like a really good casual conversation about everything. But first and foremost, bro, we've been doing this for 5 weeks straight. That's crazy.
Like 2 for me.
Like, I feel like that is a great accomplishment for all of us. Like,
yeah,
we've had 5 episodes. This is our 5th episode actually going up. That's been edited, slightly promoted. We've spent our time and have those conversations with people, start to connect, build like relationships online with different people. So yeah, especially our girl Maggie, who is consistently supporting us.
Maggie May.
I love her so much. That's my girl.
Big shout outs. That's all for you, girl.
Yeah.
and our cousin Bree. I feel like she ride for us.
Oh yeah.
Bree, I know she want to be right here with us right now talking. So
exactly.
Bree rides.
Exactly. So I know that those 2 people, they gonna rock out for us.
What is a topic in your mind that you just feel like this week you just feel like I have to talk about this? I don't care if people don't like it. I don't care what people think about me. I just have to say this right now. For the month of June, I'm gonna say this right now. Boom. Like what's been heavy on your mind? Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, I want to hear about that dog.
I gotta have my water out for this one. Like,
go ahead.
Listen to me. First, so I'm at the end of my rope because I got my sketch. I already knew I was going to quit because this is my 3rd year at this job. This is my 3rd summer because I come to this job. I started working here May of 2020. So like the summer before I left for college. Then, came back freshman year, started working. This is my sophomore year now. I came back, started working. So this is my 3rd summer. I'm tired. First of all, I'm just tired. I'm just over the routine. I'm just over the job. But we'll get to why right now. So listen, I got my schedule on Friday. Disappointed because it's like a notification, like we have an app because it's like I just touched down. It's like I'm home. Then I get this notification. We need to come into work on and I get my schedule. I'm supposed to work Monday, which was yesterday. I worked yesterday. It was said Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. That was the schedule. Last night at like 2 a.m., I get like a notification talking about, your schedule has been modified. And I go and they switch my schedule. So now I have to work tomorrow and then I'm off Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. So really all they did was switch Wednesday and Thursday. That made me upset because I had appointments tomorrow. I had a lash appointment tomorrow. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's just lashes. It's just lashes. Like you could reschedule that. But first of all, with these stylists, you can't just be rescheduling stuff.
Yeah.
You can't just be rescheduling stuff. And then second of all, my whole thing is, what are you doing switching my schedule after you just told me what it was? What if that was the day I scheduled to go see my kids? What if that was the day I scheduled to I had to go to my doctor's appointment? You know what I'm saying? Like these, like, because I'm a more privileged person at where I work. I don't have kids. I'm only in school. I still live with my parents. The rest of these people, they have bills to pay, they have kids, all these things. But it's like, because of that, what are you doing switching schedules around? What are you doing switching schedules around? Because they don't just do it to me, they do it to everybody. What are you doing switching schedules around? Like I said, what if that was the day I needed to babysit my kids? I remember one of my coworkers this one day, she was running around freaking out, asking everybody, oh, can somebody take my shift tomorrow? Like, that's the day I have my kids. Like, I don't have a sitter. Like, why do you have people running around like a fucking chicken talking about, oh, I need to watch my kids because they schedule me to work? Like, what is that behavior? And I was telling my mom about it, and she was just like, that's life. They do that to me.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. But it's like, first of all, you are a nurse. Like, if they need to switch your schedule around, that is perfectly lawful. What are the babies gonna do? Push themselves at the pussy? Like, no, this is some chicken wings. This is some shit. No. Let's get real here, people. Like, I understand, like, not everybody has the privilege to be a nurse in life. So whenever their schedule is reversed, like, it's not as fulfilling. I understand, but let's keep it real, please. And also, I don't even understand that culture. I don't think you should be doing that for any job because, people schedule their stuff accordingly. Then you want to sit and wonder why people are calling out and not coming in. Because
they don't ask you. They don't ask you, right? They just, my thing is, at least ask me. Yes. Ask me if I'm available. Because I'm like, I would tell someone, I've been a job, like I said, I've been working for a while, and I always tell them, like, oh, you're rescheduling me? I'm sorry, it actually doesn't fit my schedule. I'm actually unable to show up. And I calmly tell them that. Because I've been in them situations where they just, oh, I just switched your schedule. Oh, but that doesn't, you have to keep your availability tight. You have to schedule, you'd be like, you can't leave it open. I used to leave my available, oh, just open. I'm not available, and black it out. Like, I'm sure Naomi can say that, like, black it out. You're not available. Boom, boom, boom. Because they will try you. All jobs will try you. And they push you, and they'll guilt you. And I've been in some stressful situations where so why are you taking off? So why do you need this day off? I've been in them, and I had to keep a calm face because I can't walk off on every job. Like, I have to figure out, like, okay, so they treating me this way. I'm about to act like I have school. I'm about to act like I'm doing something that I can't come out of. Like, I would say stuff like, man, I have school. And they can't argue about your school. So I used to just make up stuff because they don't,
I do that all the time. I didn't even tell them I was going on vacation. I was just like, I'm going to my dad's. Like, I say that all the time. I'm going to my dad's. But my whole thing is, like, it would have been one thing if they, like, called me last night and were like, oh, can you work Wednesday? Like, we need to switch your schedule. Because I probably would have been like, okay, I'll see if I can, like, switch my stuff around. I'll see if I can make it work, and I'll call y'all back. But to just do that without consulting me, are you joking? But that's not even, that was just the last straw for me. That was just the last straw. But, like, it's just like, I can't, my whole point is, like these work environments, like, I just can't stand the environment anymore. Like, these toxic environments, because, like, that right there, that's that toxic stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I can't do it. It's just too much for me. Like, I feel myself dying because I just can't stand this job anymore. I can't stand what I have to do. I can't stand what I have to put up. Like, yeah, there's crappery in every job, but I don't know. I feel like there's like, what's that term? Like there's lesser devils than others. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah. Is this even worth all the shit I'm going through? Like,
yeah, like, I feel like I can
I'll say this though. This is why most people work for themselves. This motivates people to work for themselves. Because I also do. Me working at Target for a short time when I first got here messed my knees up. I'm walking like 6 miles or more a day, busted up, having kids talk to me, it's like being in the military, like having people in their 20s telling me what to do, but not knowing how to do it well. They're not even good managers, but I have to listen to them. They're managing me. They don't know how to firm me, you know? So I'm just like sitting there like, I don't need this shit. If I'm gonna bust my butt, I'm gonna bust my butt for my own business. I'm not gonna bust my butt so sometimes you have to suffer at a job to get the experience. And whenever you know what the hell you're doing, you bounce the fuck out. You take all the skills you learn from that job, you suffer that, and you start your own practice, your own business.
Yeah, because honestly, keep going.
No, that's it. Like,
yeah, like honestly, like I've had a job since I was 16 years old. I'm 20. I've had lots of different jobs, worked with lots of different people. Like obviously, I could always get more experience, but I think I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm so done. Like I can't do it. Like I will find another way. Like it's just like
you want to be OBGYN though?
Oh no, I want to be a dermatologist.
Okay. You may have your own practice then.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to do. That's my dream. Like I want to have my own practice with my own little like skincare, like sustainable, like little beauty, like because you know, like in a wax place or a lash place, they have like the shelf with like a little like products and stuff. You know, that's with my own little stuff. That's what I want to have. So yeah, I just think I'm ready to start venturing and starting. Like I've already had like my own little businesses, but like be serious, like invest all of my time and most of my money into it and like really make it into something big, because this 9-to-5 crap, I can't do it anymore. I believe in myself. That's the thing. I do believe in myself. Like I see it happening. You just have to start somewhere, and it just takes work. And I think now's the time. I don't think there's a better time than now.
Yeah. Start when you're young. That's the whole thing. I honestly understand you, because like I do not feel like finding another job right now. I don't. Like I haven't, because usually I have like 2 or 3 jobs. That's usually like me being in my bag. Don't feel like doing that right now at all. And like I absolutely need to. Don't feel like it whatsoever. I cannot imagine having to deal with other people's energy right now at all. Like, oh my goodness, like this already takes up my time and energy, but it's in a good way. Like I actually enjoy it. Think of having a job that I'm not going to actually enjoy,
that you look forward to going to sometimes.
Exactly. All the time. Exactly. That is so stressful to me to just think about, because I plan on moving. In order to move, I need the money to do so. So I have to get a second job, but it's annoying me. But I also know that I also want to get my own businesses soon. Well, more of my own businesses soon. Like I want to have more of a mobility with my baking business.
Oh, I thought you said banking business. I was like, you a banker now? Like
I want to like go back into finances as well, because I generally enjoy finances. Money is exciting to me to like learn about and how like all the rules are set up. Love doing that. But everything else that's like easable, attainable, and would only be for a good 3 to 4 months, because I'm not looking for anything super long term right now. Again, just draining. So I don't know. Gotta figure it out.
Yeah, that's why I think workshops and those certifications are so important, because that could possibly make you a business owner, or at least help you get towards being a business owner.
True. Very true. And I think the other struggle is being in your 20s, you're trying to figure out everything, including like what you want long term. And that's kind of been like where I am right now. Like trying to refigure everything out, because I've had an image in my head of what things that I want to happen. And it changes all the freaking time. So I don't know. I don't know what other workshops I need to take.
I would say my big regret in my 20s was not trying things. Like being afraid to go and try things. So I just did the status quo, like it did the basic job instead of doing something a little creative. Like if you said finances, you can definitely take courses on finance. You can take one college class on it and it's going to help you. It's not going to be a wasteful class. So not taking those courses, when you have that cushion, when you have that family cushion where they ain't going to ask you to pay no bills. Once you out here, you can still do it. It's just an added stress. You're like, do I have that extra money to spend on that course? So definitely take all the courses, all the certifications you can get now with that cushion.
True. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Not giving advice, but I'm just saying my personal experience of what I wish I did, but I'm going to do now because I have cushion.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it now.
A book that's really helped me, especially with like the job stuff, kind of going back to what Ariel said about how like jobs are crazy and trying to figure out how like going back to being kind of your own like boss. Not only that, but like also like just kind of like navigating your 20s. I do not know how many times I have to say it, but The Defining Decade is so helpful. So please read or listen to it. It is so freaking helpful. The Defining Decade. It's an amazing book. But yeah, any other topics that have been heavy on y'all's mind? Okay, I'll go. So Roe versus okay.
Oh.
It's wild that we're really, I hate to say it, but why the fuck is history happening in my damn 20s, bro? Like, I wanted to grow up and just be able to like not think about, like, I didn't want all these defining moments right now whenever I'm going up. But the fact that they really overturned Roe versus Wade and then they're thinking about other laws and other rights to take away from people.
Did you know? Oh, keep going.
It is so stressful being a Black woman right now. Like, first of all, I got a fucking uterus that the government now owns. If anything fucking happens, which the thing is, like, being a person who has had shit happen to, and thinking of all the possibilities that could have happened and that right being taken away, which I've never had an abortion personally, but there's a bunch of situations where that could have been a possibility. And now if that had happened, I wouldn't have been able to have those resources. I've had friends that I've taken to abortion clinics before, or have had abortions that I've been there for. And thinking about those situations, it would have been so difficult. It is now so fucking difficult because places are already starting to say, oh, you guys can't get abortions now, or canceling every single fucking thing that was scheduled. Mm-hmm. Like, that is brazy. But not only that, but also all the other laws that they now are thinking about taking away. Like, they want to now take away legal gay marriage. Like, that's a thought. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? And then also people have been thinking about taking away the I don't know if it's a thing or they've said it, of interracial marriage.
Oh, did you know that they passed a law just now that public school teachers are able to lead a class in prayer, are able to pray in schools? Like, what in tarnation?
Like, what the fuck? Like, people don't have the same religious right, like, and then on top of that, like, yes, as a woman, like, not having access to safe legal abortion is like is terrible, but also that infringes on a lot of people's religious freedom as well, because some religions, they focus on the mother and the person that is alive and has already been birthed and been living in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I know that I follow this Jewish this Jewish woman who openly talks about laws and her beliefs in Judaism on her TikTok, and she's like, hey, this actually heavily infringes on our rights. And I know that there is, I think, a synagogue that is fighting the state of state of Florida, because it infringes on their rights.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before Roe vs. Wade was actually overturned, I believe. Or it happened like immediately after. But they're going after so many of our rights. We're in a fucking recession, bro. Like, we're still in a damn panini. Like, we can't do shit. Like, and it's so fucking hard. And it's also hard to talk about, because it's scary to like whatever you're trying to express, how you feel about it, trying to say the right things, figuring out your whole thoughts about it, because just a bunch of things just happening, and trying to keep up with everything. Like, I even was listening to something else talking about police officers don't even have to talk about the Miranda rights anymore, or like tell you about Miranda rights, or they're thinking about taking away or have taken that away. So like your kids might not even know what the Miranda rights are anymore. So like all that shit, it's just a lot.
Yeah, I know it can be a lot overwhelming. Yes. For me, as I was hearing you talk, I thought about how I feel out of control sometimes, because part of me wants to just rest and turn the TV off and just like not pay attention to all that. Part of me just wants to delete my app and I do take hours of break from social media, so I can just be like, I can't read everyone's thoughts, everyone's feelings. I take all that information in. But other part of me feels like, man, I'm resting while people are suffering. Like, this is really affecting a lot of people I know, as you mentioned. And sometimes I don't have the language for it because it doesn't affect me like immediately, but it's affecting people I care about. And I feel like the only thing I can control is my little world and the people around me. And if I can share a resource and I can continue to be available for someone, if I could set aside funds for someone they may need a trip to take to a certain spot, I can. But honestly, meditation and prayer is the thing that keeps you grounded, because a lot of that stuff, sadly, like us stressing isn't gonna help. The best thing we can do is continue checking in with us, our mental health, and meditation and calm and keeping our bodies well. So when people need us, we able to show up for them, because people gonna need us. People gonna need us to show up, drive, whatever. I don't know what it will be, but you being well needs to be like top priority, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And it's just like, what more? I'm like, is this world gonna explode? Like, what more?
Yes. And to piggyback off of that, building relationships right now is so important for everybody's survival.
Yes.
And having the resources on actual paper versus having on social media, because you don't know what rights you're taking away next. You don't know how much of the shit that's in your personal phone is being leaked or whatever the hell. Like, having all the resources down so you're able to have them available for yourself or others, having those relationships. So if somebody actually needs your help, that they feel comfortable actually asking for it.
For sure.
And you know, like, hey, you know what, I can help you, and I know that nothing's gonna happen. Because now in some states, you'll be penalized for even helping a person get an abortion.
I hear you, for sure.
So making sure that you have those personal relationships. Even people don't even talk to their neighbors anymore, which is crazy to me. But making sure you do talk to your neighbors, you know exactly where people stand on certain things. Talking to people in a coffee shop and having those personal connections and rebuilding that. So you know what's happening in your own little world, and broadening your own world is going to help a lot with all the shit that's fucking happening right now. And making sure that everybody's good, just checking in on people. Because some people don't want to reach out, either whether it's for help or they don't want to. Some people feel weird checking up all the time and saying, hey, you still good? You okay? But if you're able to check up on people, do that as well, online and offline.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend online. I checked in. I was like, man, I haven't seen her, share anything online in a long time. And she just said, hey, if you pray, like, please keep me in prayer. And I'm like, yeah, certainly. And so the only thing I control is my world at the moment. And so a few minutes of meditation, intentionally, 5, 10 minutes, 15, whatever I can afford to do, taking care of my body. Like Naomi said, having a list of resources in a space that's safe, that I can easily access offline, preferably. But taking care of yourself is like the top thing. And yes, I would like to continue prioritizing quality relationships. Yes, for sure.
I have a friend that lives in New York, and they are most of their career is being an advocate for people. And I love them because of that. So I know that if I have any questions about what resources are actually reliable that I could, that are reliable and safe for people, I can ask them about it. So again, those relationships are going to be very important. But yeah.
Well, I found some Black country artists.
It's like made it all soft and cuddly.
Lightening the mood.
I love it. I needed that. I was getting drained just thinking about everything.
Well, I recently discovered, I'm sorry, the accent's kicking in. I recently discovered
Go ahead, girl.
This Black man. His name is Jimmy Allen. He not new, but
gonna look him up right now,
bro.
He got this long song. It's called "Best Shot" that I really like. It's low key. It's very down to earth. Yep, that's the man.
It's the hat.
That's the man. He a handsome man. He a handsome man.
That's by himself.
Yes, I'm adding it to our TTWTC. Ooh, that's gonna take me a minute. That's Tea Time with the Cousins playlist season 1.
I say let's put TTC.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a name for it.
Yes. So that's because I was really key on finding a Black country artist. This was another one that I found. I forgot her name. I wish I saved it. But because this was Black Music Month, I was kind of doing my own little research throughout the month. But also, I recently got into country wedding songs. Not sure how this happened.
Bro, what?
It's so random. But one night I was in bed. I was like, you know what? Let's listen to some country music. Well, to go to sleep. I don't know how this happened, but it just happened. And so I was on Spotify. I love Spotify because you can literally find any type of song for any playlist, any mood. You can find anything on Spotify. And so I typed in, I think, country wedding songs, and I saw the playlist done by Spotify. Now I was just listening to it. I was just like, wow, oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I can already imagine it. She walking down the aisle. It's a rustic wedding in the barn house with the cows and the sheep and the horses and the pastures. Like, it was just so pretty. It's just so eerie. I'm just like, you know what? I want to go to a white wedding now. Somebody, please. I want to go to a barn house wedding. I want to see the cows and then the horses and the rustic tables and the candles.
Have many of those now.
Do you know Kane Brown?
I do know Kane Brown.
Oh, he's mixed. Yeah. What I listen to What Ifs like every day. Like that is my song.
I like him.
Yes.
His little cute house, his little pantry. I was watching a show about their little organization. I thought it was so cute. Anyways, country music.
Yes. God love the country music.
Yes. Well, talking about like different months, not months, but different like June was like a topic, not topic, but like a themed month for like a lot of different things. I don't know how else to say it, but like it was Black Music Month. It was also Pride Month as well.
And Caribbean Heritage Month.
Yes.
Caribbean Heritage Month as well. And Ariel, I know that you went to Pride. How was it?
I did. Pride was great. It was such a great time, such great energy. It was hot, so hot. Like we had to go back to the car because people were about to pass out from heat deprivation or whatever that thing is called. But
I need the details on the outfit, sis. Like,
oh, the details on the outfit. Hold on, let me.
I was so the cape was giving me life.
Thank you.
The eyeshadow. It was just too many killer points.
So this was me at Pride, everybody.
Move it over a little bit.
Look at the catfish. Like, look at me now, then look at me in this photo.
And stop it.
But yeah, so the details. The eyeshadow. I just got this look from Pinterest. And what it was like a cut crease, rainbow cut crease, like kind of wing situation. And then you put like the rhinestones and like the corresponding points. There is purple, but it's like on my lash line. Mm-hmm. So you can't really see it. And then, my nails, this stuff is gone. So let's show me this hand. My nails, I got these in London because press-ons at Primark in London were like $2, $1. So whenever I saw these, I had to snatch it up real quick because I was like, these are perfect for Pride. I always knew that I needed to have matching nails. So then I just decided to go with white, so I could stand out. And it was this Calvin Klein.
I saw that. I have the
top.
Shorts. I've never seen the top. So
the shorts. Well, you can't turn around because we don't want to get banned out here. But it's this little cutout situation. And then I just wore like white Converse, just to match together. They're like all white, and they were platforms actually. I got them at Walmart for $11. Okay.
Walmart shoes. Yeah. Go to the Walmart shoe section. They have great things. Mm-hmm. They also have purses.
They do. That's where I got a lot of my clothes for Europe. And then, I decided, I was like, this outfit is a little too underwhelming. Like, yep, the Calvin Klein is cute. We love having the booty out. The makeup, yes. The nails, yes. But this needs something to tie together. This needs some pizzazz. And so I was like, you know what? A cape. Like, I was out here like.
Where you get this cape from, sis?
Girl, this whole outfit is from Amazon, except for the shoes. They're from Walmart. Oh, and I had a fanny pack, a white fanny pack, but you can't really see it.
Oh, I was so proud of you.
Thank you. It was a blast, even though it was super duper hot. But yeah, everybody was there. They had a lot of great booths, stuff like that. Beto at work was there.
Sir Beto.
Love it.
Great. I hope one day that I'm in town and they'll be able to go to it. Because that just looks like a fun time. I saw like a lot of the were there. And it looks like a lot of fun.
Go like once in your life if possible. If that's your thing.
Definitely. Like it's Caribbean Heritage Month.
Caribbean American.
Yeah, Caribbean American.
Yes.
Which we are.
Heritage Month, which I mean, we are all Caribbean American, and it's a very special month. Like, I feel like Caribbean Americans kind of, and people that also have African heritage, we always get tested upon how Caribbean we are.
Oh, don't get me started with these people.
Yeah,
keep going.
I get triggered by that.
But yeah, we always get tested about like how Caribbean we are, or if we can't claim whatever. But to have like our own month is, I love it. It's very important.
let me just say though, not only do we get tested on our curviness, as a joke, we get tested on our blackness. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm actually not interested in watching Friday and all those other movies because it does nothing. It doesn't entertain me, and it doesn't really like do anything for me. But there are other shows like Waiting to Exhale. I love that movie. I love when Stella got her groove back. So maybe like the more feminine, lighthearted ones. But if anyone ever told me like, oh, you're not black, I'm like, I don't care what you say. I may not like vibe with all the cultural things, but skin is skin, blood is blood. I don't care what you say, but I know it's a joke.
Yeah. Also, I want to say something about that real quick. Like oh, you're not black because you haven't seen this movie. And you know, I've actually started a binge of watching black movies. The first black movie I started with was actually Set It Off. I don't know if you've seen Set It Off. You know, by the end of the movie, I was bawling because spoiler alert, they literally all die. Like
it's a terrible way to end the
by
movie,
the police. Like these people literally die. And so I'm literally like, so to tell me, and then you know, like you said, it's really interesting that you say that it doesn't really do anything for you, which I agree, because it's like, I really need Black people to stop putting blackness synonymous with trauma and these things. Okay? Like, don't tell me I'm not Black because I haven't seen Friday and because I haven't seen Training Day and all these bang bang shoot 'em up. Oh my gosh, everybody dies. Like, don't do that to me. Because listen, like we need to move forward from that. Like, yes, those are true stories. Like those are true scenarios that can happen in the Black community and probably have happened in Black communities. But at the same time, why are we still pushing that as the epitome of Blackness?
It's usually the friends you have that will depend on that. Because I don't have friends that say that. But if you have friends that are more like,
I'm not friends with the people no more.
Exactly. But if you have friends that are into academia, they'll probably say like, oh, have you read a Toni Morrison book? I'm like, yes, I have. Have you read this Maya Angelou book or this book by, what's that guy's name that we see? Black poet. Oh my gosh, my brain. It's a Black poet I always see. He has like low cut hair. There's certain like Black poets and people will tell me like, oh, you need to listen. My dad said, I'm gonna take you to The Color Purple. He took me to Broadway to see that and Aida. As my dad, like loving music and stuff like that, like I appreciated him taking me to see those Black like plays and Broadway and stuff. So it just depends on the family you keep. I mean the people that you're friends with. But I always think that's tacky when people say that. And whenever they start going off, oh, you ain't Black, I just look at them like,
do you even know what
I actually won't respond. I actually won't respond to that because it's not worth my time.
All right. Honestly, yeah, I don't even participate in those either. And I've seen almost all of them, and some of them be having terrible endings. Some of them just be awful movies. Like the acting and production is just bad, you know. So I only pay attention to things that interest me. So, like I saw Do the Right Thing, but Spike Lee. Like I saw that movie like last year for the first time. I was like, you know what, this guy nice. Kind of like it. I appreciate Spike Lee more after seeing this movie. But you know, I watched for the first time last year. If I told somebody that that was my first time watching it, his would have been lost. Like, oh, this is your first time watching it? But, well, first of all, when it first came out, I wasn't even born. So what do you want me to do? Like some of these movies, like you have to pay attention when the era it came out in and like the society that was, you know, alive when the movie came out. And you know, things are different now. So like it's kind of hard for you to put that same pressure on us young kids when we don't even know who half these people are. You feel me? That's not really our culture. That's not really what we grew up watching, listening to. You feel me? So of course I can't really relate. Of course I haven't seen it because I don't even know what you're talking about. But it doesn't mean that I'm any less of a Black just because I grew up in a different era, then was exposed to this, don't really care for this type of stuff because it interests me. You know, we all Black people are different. You know, so I always just gravitate to what I like, what interests me. You feel me? Educate myself on things that I want to be educated on. Because at the end of the day, like I'm still Black. I'm just not Black like you.
Yeah. So my whole thing was, shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say, but shoot, I forgot exactly what I was going to say. But I remember what I was going to say. that's the whole thing, is it wasn't a part of the culture that I grew up with. So of course I didn't watch it. Of course I wasn't exposed to it. Plus, on top of that, we grew up so, well, at least I grew up so conservative. I wasn't able to watch most things. Like shit, I wasn't even allowed to watch Pokemon. So how the hell was I about to watch all these movies that have violence in them? Like, and I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, how was I supposed to watch it? I wasn't allowed to. I was barely even able to watch fucking Disney Channel, bro. Like,
don't get me started.
So what do you mean I haven't watched Friday? Of course I haven't watched Friday. Or a lot of other movies. Unless, anyway. So that's also like a thing. But I was happy that I was able to watch it just because like I understand so many references. Like, oh, this is why people say this. So it was pretty nice to watch.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it is still a part of Black culture, like still alive, no matter how old the movie is. Like it's still part of our culture, but at the same time, like I don't know what to tell you. I haven't seen it. What do you want me to say? You want me to lie to your face? I see it. I haven't seen
it. Like I wasn't able to watch it now that I'm older, and if I want to participate in it, I will. But you shouldn't make people feel bad because it wasn't a part of their culture. When people like say that shit, I'm like, all right, cool. So have you listened to this Soca song, or have you? And that'll trip people up. Like, oh, I know who Bob Marley is. He's not the only person. You have a whole thing to watch. If you want me to watch all this shit and know all these song references, you should know mine too, since I'm supposed to be your level of Black. You should be on mine as well. Like, we have different sectors right here, okay? And nobody should feel bad because theirs is different than each other's. But I'm happy that we have like a whole month to like celebrate, or we had a whole month to celebrate that. And
Caribbean heritage.
Yeah, Caribbean American heritage. And also I like they didn't only put like Caribbean, they put a Caribbean American, because there's a whole intersection of being first generation, having both aspects in your life and having that transition to like a whole new world and a whole new generation of family that face.
Having to adjust to Caribbean parents that have no idea, will never be able to fully relate to how we grew up. You know, so our Caribbean parents expecting us to understand things, and we just, wow, I don't know why you're like this. When I was growing up, well, it's like, I didn't grow up in where you grew up. You brought me here. You gave me certain privileges, so here we are. Like, I don't have the same feelings you have. I don't have the same drive you have. You know, it's just different.
Bro, the part you brought me here, so important.
Yeah, and also like I still do this thing where I react to people trying to tell me who I am. I'm still working on just being so confident and sure of myself that when people try to tell me who I am based off like shows, movies, or what I'm able to cook, I can't respond to that, because I remember one time, Lex, my husband, like had a friend that was Guyanese, and my husband was like, oh yeah, my wife is Guyanese too, and so he was just like, oh, she is. He said, well, she didn't like wasn't born in it, but like that's her whole entire family, like from up and down whole family. He's like, well, she's not Guyanese. And I actually went off, like I started cussing and stuff, and I usually don't act like that with my husband. Like I was going off, and I said, why am I don't know this man, never met this man. That means I'm not sure of myself. I'm triggered because I feel like I'm not Guyanese enough. Maybe I feel like, you know, whatever. So instead of me popping off, I need to be sure of myself, because I'm going to be tested all the time. People are always going to try to tell you, oh, you're not this enough, you're not Christian enough, you're not queer enough, you're not. And you got to be like, I can't respond to all those people my whole life. I'm just going to be looking at them like, that's cool. But like, I remember sitting in church and people like, oh, you know this, or you know that, well, you're not really this. And I'm just looking at them like, why are we competing? For what? There's no award at the end of this. There's no like it's cool to embrace your culture. It's cool to know how to make certain dishes. It's cool to be able to like, get dressed up and go to carnival and like participate. Like that makes you feel really prideful and like good about yourself, but it's not a prerequisite. You are who you are. Like your blood is your blood.
Yeah, but going back on the point of like having our own sector, like I don't feel like it should be competed for and having to over explain it, because I don't even explain it anymore. You're like, oh yeah, I'm Guyanese and Trinidadian. How can you be both? You can't be born in two countries. My parents are Guyanese and Trinidadian. Oh, so you're American? No, I'm Guyanese, Trinidadian, and I was just so happen to be born in America. But because culturally, that's what I am. And my cousins that are still in Guyana, sometimes people will try and like test you, but I don't fit into those roles, because first of all, for what? Like there's not a point to it. And also like people that were born there and they came to America, they think that, oh, you've had so much time to be more American, and you're not.
Everybody in America is a melting pot.
I know.
If
like,
a white person can claim, if a white person can claim being Irish, being Native American, being Polish, and they've lived in America their whole life, I can claim being Guyanese because it's my heritage. Because my two parents that made me, created me, are Guyanese people. So it's in my blood. There's nothing I can do about it. And that's that. Like, we ain't taking that away from me.
Can't.
And it's like, the thing with that is, it's like, we know what we're talking about when we say Guyana. Like these people who are like, I'm 2% Irish, 6% French. Like, okay, what they cook in France. Like, they can't, not saying that it's something to compete, but it's so distant for them. Like, it's such a distant thing. Like, my mom was born there. Our mothers were born there. Like, you're gonna tell, she literally speaks to me in some broken English. And you're gonna tell me that I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You couldn't understand what my mom is saying if like it danced on your tongue, bro. Like don't tell, like that's the stuff that pisses me off, because it's like, this is something that I literally know.
Yeah.
It's a place that I've seen. It's something that I know. Like, it's not like.
And that's when the way Emerald responds is kind of what I'll be adopting from now on. And next time someone tries to argue with me, you can do whatever you want to do to make you feel better. If you feel like you need to yell at me and tell me who I am, that's your business. I'm just going to sit here and nod in my head. And because I know who the hell I am, I'm just going to be like, you want to have a discussion, you'll be having a discussion with yourself, because I'm actually not going to participate. I'm going to conserve my energy for things that really matter, but that really doesn't matter. That ain't none of my business. If you feel like it's your mission to cuss and fuss at people, those aren't your friends and those aren't your people. Like, those are lames to me.
I know.
Well, going back to the point of like our Caribbean culture, what is like one, I wouldn't say experience, but what's one thing that really connects you, that you feel like connects you back to your culture whenever you want to feel like a little bit more grounded in it?
Food.
Yeah.
Everything. Food. There's a show called Desmond's that my dad put me on to. Very Guyanese. I love it. It makes me laugh. I make me so happy. I gotta send it to y'all because it's so Guyanese. But yeah, food, listen to music, reggae music. So
going to New York, going to my dad. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
But yeah, like going to my dad's, when I was working in his restaurant, because it's a Guyanese restaurant, it's like only Guyanese people running in and out of there. That was, I felt really grounded in it, because like all the food was out here, and I learned a lot of different foods that I didn't even know existed in it too. Yeah. Honestly, I actually think I should I would recommend that. Like, if you want to feel like, a trip to New York will always ground you in it.
True. If you can't make it all the way to the islands,
just go to New York real quick.
Or just go to your auntie's house down the road. If you can't make it all the way to New York, visit the family. Talk to my grandma on the phone always grounds me. Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I just have a conversation with my mom, or like I'll call my dad, and just like hearing the accent, or pull up like different like creators and hearing their accent, it warms my heart. I was like, okay, that's home. Cool. And also like their foods. My dad just went to Trinidad, and I sadly wasn't able to go with him. And he brought me back red mango and sent it to me. And it just made me happy. And like my mom makes Polari all the time. And just that. Or like whenever I talk to my brother about certain things, just warms my little Caribbean heart.
Certain family members that sound like they never left Guyana. I love talking to them. Because my mom and dad, I don't hear their accent anymore. And other people do that. Like my friends are like, oh, your mom has an accent? Like, oh, I guess she does. But I talk to her so much, I don't hear the accent anymore. But people like Raja, there's certain people that you just like, yep, they Guyanese. That's just, that's just how we hear things. If we hear accent, we automatically associate someone being like more this and more that. I think it's like a natural human thing. As much as we get upset with people about it, if you think about it, if you hear a British person with a British accent, you're like, yo, that person is from Essex, that like someone from New York, yo, that person is from the Bronx, like, you know what I mean? Like we just have to hear something just to confirm it. Like it makes you feel like, yeah, I'm talking to you or whatever like that. But for me, it is deep, like the music and the food. Like if I'm making a dessert my grandma would make, I'm like, yeah, my grandma would make this. And like, I feel really connected to her right now. But it's also just doing things my grandmother does. It had nothing to do with food. Like she'd be like, you hungry? You need something? So my friends come over, I'm like, you hungry? You need anything to eat? You want a cup of tea? I'll make you some tea. Like the hospitality we have for people and the way we treat people, that's honestly rare nowadays. But people clearly don't get treated with respect. So if you offer someone a plate of food, they'd be like, who raised you? God, you're so nice. And I'm like, my grandmother, my mom, whatever like that. So hospitality too. Put that in there.
Definitely. And that's one thing that I want to like install with my kids, because every time I think about like my future family, I'm kind of like, oh crap, there's gonna be one more generation that's kind of, I wouldn't say disconnected, but it's one more generation that's away from the mother country. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to make sure to instill in them that they are too Caribbean Americans? Because it doesn't stop just because my parents left. Mm-hmm. How can I allow them to understand and absorb the culture still? Of course, making sure that they visit whenever they are able to, because I don't want to stop the visits to Guyana. I want to visit more, making sure I bring my family there, making sure that they're exposed to the food. They know their grandparents, hopefully, if my mom's still alive by the time I decide to have kids, because Lord knows when that's going to be. But like making sure that they're still in touch with it is super important to me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the best thing you can do is to just drop them off for the summer. Who needs summer camp? Just drop them off at Auntie Cheryl for the summer. Every summer.
Because that's what it was for me. Like I would be dropped off in New York. Mm-hmm. And my dad took me to Trinidad. So yeah, they're about to go to Auntie Stacy's house, go to Auntie Cheryl.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, I've always heard that people say it doesn't matter what you tell your kids, it's how you live your life. Like what speaks volumes is like, and I ain't no parent, I'm just saying what I've seen. Like my mom will say boom, 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 but what really stuck in my mind is how they treated people. I would watch them do things and I'm like, okay, this is clearly a high priority for them. Like, mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, I remember that. I remember physically, like I remember my dad being involved in church, singing and this and this. So I want my kids to be musical. I want them to sing, but I know they won't sing unless I'm singing. So I'm just like, oh, okay, all right. So if it's a priority for them, they probably may find it interesting.
True. Very true. All right, anything else?
Trying to think. I got the accent. I thought about country. I said, try to think. Yo, I feel like I moved so many places. I have so many accents in my brain that I can just pull out whenever I want to. Just
you know what? Listening to country music made me want to visit Nashville. Now I want to go to Nashville.
Oh yes, we're gonna go. I
want to go to Nashville. I want to give me some boots, some cowboy boots. I love people want to go to one of them little like music singing clubs or whatever, the little bar looking thing. Yes, I do. I just want to be. I just want to be there. I just want to be like, yeah.
I like the artsy. I like the artsy walks, like the country music and the going to Dolly
part.
Yeah, that area where it's like I forgot. I was literally there. I lived there for 2 years. I'm like, how am I just Opryland going there? It's cool, but the whole artsy scene is a vibe. It's a vibe, like downtown artsy scene. It's nice.
I want to wear bootcut pants and like wear little things around my hair. I want to be a part of it. Like I want to be one of them.
It's actually the bachelorette capital. Like it's like the destination for like the most bachelorette folks that come through there, screaming on the little like those buses where you drink and like it's always like, woo! You just hear that all the time. It's like, oh my gosh,
that's funny.
That's wonderful.
I'm trying to think of a place I want to go to.
So during this, I went to North Carolina, like Greensboro, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
You what?
My friend Paige is from North Carolina. She's my bestie Paige.
You have a Southern accent?
She can't pull it off. She's very like Southern hospitality type of person. Like every time I come to her dorm, she's like, "Go ahead, sit down, put your feet up, want something to eat." I constantly, I love her.
But the accent is strong out there. That's why I'm asking. It's strong out there. Like you want to sound like you trapped in a country movie, or you want to feel like it's different than Texas. It's different. It's like being in a Waffle House, a real original Waffle House. That's how it's like. Real Waffle House. Like, wow. Sorry.
Yeah. I didn't know I had an accent until I went to Oakwood.
Child, I don't know what accent I have because it depends on the day. But anyway, I went to North Carolina and I didn't expect that I would actually like it, but I want to visit again. It was there's so many artistic elements at the place that I visit because I was in Greensboro. I don't know what part I was in of Greensboro, but there was one place that I went to and all I saw was Black people and I was like, oh, we in here. I love it here. And then there was statues everywhere and just so many artistic elements that I really appreciated. So I really want to go back there and actually just explore for a little bit.
You know how Austin is known as the artistic spot? Like, do you feel like it overrid that? Do you feel like it was way more artistic in a way or no?
So Austin I love Austin. I take day trips there frequently, but I feel like, but again, I was only in Greensboro and explored Greensboro for like a day.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a different element to their artistic.
I like artism. It sounds cool.
But so Austin is known for being weird and artistic. It has like a music theme to it. But where I went, it was a lot of like, I saw a home decor store and all they had was like it wasn't not just one, it was like a bunch of them and they had like sculptures. It wasn't just like murals. They had actual like sculptures and they had art galleries. So it's more like physical like paintings. Whereas Austin's just a different type of art. But again, I would have to explore North Carolina a little bit more in that area to like see what the difference is. But even in the airport, they had an abstract sculpture that was people eating at like a think about the Final Supper, Last Supper. It was that kind of like that, but it was people having like dinner and it was abstract and some of it was only like the top half of their body. Some of it was like only like the pants down, like their hips down or waist down. So it was very abstract, and you would have to like sit there and look at it. And I wanted to sit there and look at it for a little bit to kind of like understand the abstractness of it and have my own meaning of it. So it was just very intricate, and it was all made of metal.
Oh,
so it's that type of artistic expression versus Austin. So I would have to get there more. So I want to revisit.
I feel like Austin's really trendy and like, you know, like it's so common that obviously there's more artistic spots and you haven't thoroughly looked at North Carolina yet, but that's really cool though that you were able to. I know nothing about North Carolina other than the one little visit I went to somebody's wedding or something, and
yeah, it was cool going there. They also had a marathon at like 10 o'clock at night that made no damn sense, but that was besides the point.
okay.
Bro, I felt so bad, but I saw this old woman, and she had like a hunchback, and she was just running. And I was like, why y'all have her out here past her bedtime?
She wanted to be there. Ain't no stop. You should be inspired by that lead. Look at her. Old and hunched over and still going. Bless her.
I was inspired, but I was like, I'm not even worried about her for real. Why are all y'all out here at 10 o'clock at night in a marathon?
They're probably the non-melanated folk.
I didn't say it, you did.
I said non-melanated. That's as clean as I could say it.
But yeah, that's definitely like a place that I want to check out more. And one more thing that I forgot to say in favorites that I really want to shout out is one thing, or we could ask this as like a whole group, one thing that's helped you like kind of through the month. I was listening to Shonda Rhimes' book called The Year of Yes, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I didn't realize how to herself she was before her year of yes. It's helped me a lot when it had given me a new perspective of certain things. So I highly recommend that book as well to listen to and kind of like expand yourself, your knowledge. And self-discovery. That's really all it's about, is discovering your true self.
Yeah, you really reminded me to continue listening to books. I do it the long way. I'll sit there and read a book and I fall asleep every time. I feel like I'm about to finish this book. I fall asleep every time. I probably just need to listen when I'm moving about, like if I'm cleaning or when I'm driving. I just need to listen to the book then.
Yeah. Because
I'm the opposite.
What do you mean?
Which one?
Oh, because like if I can't listen to something, because I will tune it out. Like it will be background noise, like regardless. I just can't do that. I'm a really, really visual person. Like I can sit there and read a book. I can finish a book in a sitting. That's me. That's just me. Yeah.
I think it's a location. If I'm in bed and I'm cuddly and I'm reading the book, I'm probably gonna fall asleep. But if I'm sitting on the couch and the show's in the background and it's really low, then probably I will actually get some reading done. I can't be in bed though, all cuddly with a blankie. I'm gonna just, it's like ready to sleep.
Child, the minute the blanket's on top of me, I'm knocked the fuck out.
I'm saying, bro. I gotta be on the couch. I gotta be like in a better spot.
But yeah, I highly recommend those two books I talked about. So The Year of Yes, oh my God, please read it, especially if you haven't, especially if you're the type of person that kind of feels stuck in life or wants to explore yourself a little bit more. I highly recommend it. She talks about all aspects of her life that she said yes to. And
she's a bomb writer, bro. I respect her because she said no to Disney. I respect that lady. She said, y'all gonna pay me what? Okay, I'm gonna turn down y'all offer. And I'm not, like, I respect her. She is a boss lady.
And in the book, she goes over certain speeches that she wrote. Including, well, the audio version at least had those speeches in them because they were recorded. And she's the one that actually narrates her book. So it's good hearing how she would say certain things. But she goes over exactly why she wrote it and how she wrote it. like how she had a speech that she had prepared for, but she decided to throw it out and say this instead, and why she decided to, which is pretty cool. And she even goes over like relationship aspects and what she actually wanted out of her life and how she represented herself between the different characters that she wrote. Like she really identifies with Christina Yang, and we really like got to like see that here. I loved that book so much. It gave me a new perspective of Shonda Rhimes. I didn't know that she was so shy into herself. And she talked about different coping mechanisms and how she was able to say yes to different coping mechanisms as well. So it was really good. So Year of Yes in a Defining Decade. That's really it.
Sorry, okay. What was the question you asked again? Sorry.
What the question that I asked was, what has really helped you throughout the month? Like get through the month.
Or guided meditations for me. Like that kind of really inspires me because I can get into this like doom and gloom vibe. Like, what's going on in this world? Is this world just going to explode? Like, what is going on right now? How much more are we going to handle? And so when I get like that, I don't want to spiral even more. And so I do deep breathing. I listen to guided meditations from YouTube, and then I do gratitude. I do the list of like, well, I'm grateful. I'm here now. What am I grateful for? Like, what's going on around me?
So what about you, Emerald? What's been helping you throughout the month?
Well, the thing I mentioned was online shopping. I've been buying a lot of stuff, clothes, makeup. Actually, someone bought me something from Amazon and it came yesterday. It's a big old teddy bear. Aww. I love it so much. It made me feel so happy because this month has just been terrible. I'm tired of being sick. So that kind of lifted up my spirits. So I just like buying stuff. I just like gifts. So anything that anything that just makes me happy, I'm just gonna buy it. I don't care. I'm just gonna buy it. And also soaps. I've been watching like a lot of soaps TV shows. I recently found The Young and the Restless on
50. I love it.
Yo, let me tell you something. I knew I'd seen this show before, but when I heard the theme song, I was like, yes, I know this show.
Grandma's, bro.
I know the show. My mom used to watch this show back in Regatta. The first time we were there before Malia was even born.
Really?
She used to watch the show. Yes. And I don't know if I was like there with her or just like sneaking, like watching it. I don't know how old I was, but I vividly remember this show and The Bold and Beautiful.
That is my grandmother.
Yes.
That's what she would watch.
She love those shows.
I go inside. It's not the part you should be watching. And I had a little hole and I was just watching it. Like, ooh.
Yes. Love those shows. So I found them. I'm like, wow, I just feel so happy. I really went to Spotify. I looked up the theme song. I saved it. I haven't listened to it on repeat.
Oh my God. Tell me why you can miss beautiful. You can miss 3 years of that show. Come right back and right where you left off. Yeah, yes. The characters a little older, but they still talking about the same thing.
I love it. Yeah, so that's what's been keeping me.
What about you, Ari?
Helping me get through the month. Honestly, just like journaling, writing things down, because it's been a rough month. It's been a rough summer, but going to the gym, working out my problems, journaling, writing things down, yelling at my wall, ranting to I do a lot of yelling at my wall, but it helps.
Yeah. On my car. Go ahead.
I have one more thing. So in the beginning of the summer, I started kind of like a writing series, I guess I call it. I called it Turning 20 Diaries. Ooh. And so far I have 4 entries. And honestly, like it's been really amazing. I'm still debating whether I want to publish it onto like an actual blog. Maybe I just we'll figure it out. But right now I'm just like enjoying writing whatever comes to my mind. And it's been crazy. Like I love it. So it's really cool because like, yo, I'm 20 now. Like things are happening now. Like it's a whole nother level. And so I think maybe in the far future, I think about maybe doing a writing blog because I can't make videos about this. I feel like I can really express myself more when I'm writing. So yeah, I love writing. I love it. It's great.
It is.
That's great. We should definitely talk about that one time, like me and you, because like I have like a whole like journal series that I do. I just don't talk about it much, but and then also Ebony, she started to do an intentional journal and she was talking to me about it as well. So we should definitely talk about that one day. I would love to see like your blog. That'd be great. But yeah. That's awesome. Well, it's been a great month. We've been here for 5 weeks straight, which is crazy. So I'm proud of us. I'm super proud of us for sticking to it. So 5 weeks down, forever to go. Can't wait to see how our audience grows, how we grow, what this podcast turns into in like another 5 weeks, 5 years, whatever. Wow. It's gonna be fun. I know like we have some goals that we want to have within this podcast. Like I know that I want to come out with merch. I want to come out with my own set of mugs. But yeah, so I know everything that we come up with is gonna be great. So 5 weeks down, 1 month down, forever to go. So thanks for supporting us. Follow us all on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. We'll be on Apple Music, on Apple Podcasts soon. Follow us on Anchor. It's all the same username, Tea Time with the Cousins. Follow us on everything, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.